Hello, my name is Michael Garrick, and this is Popping Culture. My guest today is a comedian. Her name is Kaleigh Cutright. Thank you so much for being on the podcast.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Um, we're going to be talking about Christmas. This is our Christmas episode. But before we do, I like asking comedians. A lot of people like to focus on bombing. I like to focus on killing. So, when was the first time you killed, and how did it feel?
Ooh, that's a good question. The first time I killed, um, it was actually at the Comedy Zone in Charlotte, and I was who was I? It was Nate Bargatze. I was opening for his opener, so I didn't get like officially booked, but just by happenstance, it kind of wound up that I got to perform for him, and I was having like an existential crisis in the bathroom, like what am I doing here? I do not deserve this. This doesn't make sense. And then when I got up there, and it was a room full of people that were, of course, there to see Nate Bargatze, and little did they know they were going to be subjected to me, but it was and I had to do a clean set because he's primarily a clean comedian, and so I did. I had some clean jokes, but I was freaking out. And then when I got up there, it was like everything I said landed and just went over like better than I could have hoped. And I got off stage feeling like that was like some of the best 5 minutes of my life. It was, yeah, it was awesome and a complete surprise. I really did think I was going to get up there and everyone was going to be like, "What is she? Is she supposed to be like taking tickets? What's happening right now?" So yeah, that was awesome.
Nice, nice, nice. Has anything you've done before compares to that?
Um, well, I guess not before then, but actually, the show that you and I were on a few weeks ago in Columbia, the 1626 Main, is that right?
Yep.
Like a beautiful room. Um, that was amazing because again, it to me like I really feel like when I am feeling like myself up there, not just necessarily funny, but like I'm feeling like I'm coming through. Sometimes you just write jokes and it's like I know this will be funny because it's a funny thing, but then when you go up there and it's like, and I'm also like in my element here. That felt really really great,
Yeah,
and
you
it's been
killed that
it's been
night.
wild.
Yeah,
Thanks.
you really did. The reason why I know you killed that night is because I went right after you, and like as soon as I got on stage, it was like, like you know how the crowd just gives you that feeling like, hey, you gotta come on now. We just laughed the whole time, like you gotta keep that, you gotta follow that. So you definitely killed that night. Um,
Thanks.
no problem.
Yeah, I
Um,
can remember when I got off stage and I was all like flustered and I was talking to you and I'm sorry because I wasn't thinking about like you're trying to get your mind right. I totally get what you were thinking and you were like I'm like rapid firing questions and you're like, "Oh yeah, I don't know. Like I got to get out there, excuse me." And then when you walked out, I'm like, "Oh my God, I'm such an asshole." Like
No,
so,
it's totally cool. But oh yeah, that's right. I did forget all about it. Yeah, that did happen. But yeah, I wasn't trying
oh
to be
good. I'm
rude.
glad you forgot about it because I felt like such a jerk.
Yeah,
I was just flustered, but
yeah, I wasn't trying to be rude. It was just like, hey, I better get up here before, you know. Um, but I want to thank you so much for doing the Christmas episode with me. There's nobody else I'd rather do the Christmas episode with.
oh, thanks.
Like I told you before, I grew up a Jehovah's Witness. I'm not one now. Haven't been one for 4 years. I'm sorry, I haven't been one for going on 7 years. Time goes by fast, like either 5, 6, 7 years now. Um, so Christmas, I'm slowly getting used to it. Like if still don't say I celebrate it, but I'm slowly learning more. I picked up more, and just thank you so much for coming on to the episode.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And see, I don't know very much about Jehovah Witness, so maybe
Uh,
one day you can teach me about that. I don't know a lot about it, so
I'm pretty sure they'll come to your door after COVID's over.
yeah, I think that's why I don't usually know, is because I duck
Yeah,
when they're here. I
yeah,
had the opportunity to learn and I didn't. So
yeah. Trust me, they'll start knocking or calling.
oh yeah, they've heard me now somewhere, like they're gonna show up.
Yeah. Uh, um. So is Christmas your favorite holiday?
No, actually, Halloween is, but I do love Christmas. I love like festive holidays. I like every day that's different than like a normal day. So I still love it very much. It's just I'm I'm creepy, so Halloween will always have a special place in my heart. But I do love Christmas.
Halloween is my favorite, also, by the way. Like,
Okay, cool.
yeah. But I did a little research, and one thing I found out about Christmas, it's been a federal holiday since June 26, 1870.
Oh wow, I did not know that. I
That,
actually thought it would have been longer. I guess I
oh,
can't imagine a time where there wasn't Christmas. So
yeah, it blew my mind. I was like, wow, like 1870, like that was crazy. Do you have like a great Christmas memory or something that you did like growing up for Christmas that you guys used to do?
well, growing up, um, early on, I was christened Catholic, but we were very much like um, Midwest Catholic. So we went to mass on Easter
Okay.
and Christmas Eve. So I do remember going to mass on Christmas Eve, like very young, and then also my mom's family. They're Italian, so Christmas Eve is like the big night. So there was like tons of food, tons of pasta, and then on Christmas Eve they do a big pot of sauce with squid in it. So those are some of my really early associations with Christmas. Squids and Catholic Mass.
It was really very chewy.
I don't remember trying it. I'm
Oh, okay.
sure. I'm sure that like my Uncle Dominic was like forcing me to have some, so I probably like spit it out or something into a napkin. But even as a kid, like growing up around it, I was like, no, I don't want squid. My pasta is just fine without the squid. Merry Christmas.
Very good. Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. I like I said, I grew up with Jehovah's Witness. I had no Christmas memories. I just remember being picked on about not celebrating Christmas. And then like I would just
They picked
always
on you?
say, huh?
They picked on you for that?
They tried to, but then
Really?
I would just remind them that, I got my PlayStation in November. And yeah, all them games you want, I got, and they are fun. Talk to you in January. Um, cool. But we're going to be discussing Christmas and how it's influenced pop culture and how it's evolved throughout the years. Um, I really don't want to get into religion, but
Oh, perfect.
it, yeah, I definitely do not want to get into the religious part of Christmas. Um, in your opinion, I guess was Santa Claus more a part of your celebration, or was it mostly the religious aspect of Christmas?
Definitely Santa and all the secular cultural stuff was the bigger part of it. Like all the going to the mall to see Santa, or there's a place up where I'm from in Pennsylvania called Cranex. So it wasn't really a mall. It was kind of like do you know what Garden Ridge is? I don't know if they're open anymore. It's like an outdoor like home store, and they have all these weird like kitschy decorations.
Like
And
True Value?
maybe
Okay.
I'm not sure. This is in Pennsylvania, but it was a really weird store. But they had in the back they'd have this like weird section of the store where all these displays of Christmas trees and these creepy animatronic toys. So you would walk through that, and then you'd get to Santa, and you'd sit on his lap. And my sister and I were actually afraid of him. So there's tons of pictures of us like crying, like running away from Santa. And I actually had my very first like tantrum after seeing Santa, because I feel like I was a pretty good kid. I really wasn't like an asshole, but I really wanted this Angel Barbie.
Okay.
And we were at Crane Axe, and I saw Angel Barbie. I just told Santa like that's what I want, but we had seen it there, so I was like freaking out to my mom, like, we're here, can we get it? And little did I know she had gotten it for me for Christmas. But of course, she's not going to tell me that. So she's like, no, 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 let's just see what happens. Let's just see what Santa does. And I was a fool. I ran down the aisle with my hand down the aisle and knocked these boxes down and had like a meltdown about Angel Barbie. And my sister, who's my twin, is like walking away from me like I do not know her. And my mom was mortified. And then I remember like a few days later, Christmas morning, opening up Angel Barbie. And at like 5 years old, I felt like a real asshole. Like even then, I was like, oh,
Well, at least she still got it though. Like she could have just took it back after that. So,
and if she should have, like,
um,
yeah. So, Anyway, that when you said Santa, that made me think of my meltdown.
Well, thank you for sharing that story.
Yeah,
Um, this,
don't
I,
judge me.
oh no, please, guys, don't judge her. This, I really don't know if this is an appropriate question or not, but like,
Ooh,
did you believe in Santa Claus?
yes.
Okay.
I was sort of like forced myself to keep believing in him for like a little longer than I should have. Like I think around 5th grade, I started to waver, and then that made me sad. So I was like, no, he's real. He's totally real. And then the next year, I got this really cool new like bed set for my room from Santa, and I washed it and I was putting it on my bed, and my dad walked in and was like smiling, and I was like, I love how this looks. This is so awesome. And then he's like, yeah, we thought you'd like that. And I was like, oh, I thought Santa got it for me. And then he just kind of like, he didn't say any, he just didn't say anything, and I didn't say anything. It was like a unspoken, like, well, I guess the jig is up.
Yeah.
And
Nice.
yeah, and then I think the next year he still probably wrote Santa like on some gifts, just like, oh, that didn't happen. But,
Yeah. Okay. Nice. Nice.
mhm.
Uh, like I said, because of my religious background, my mom just did not let that happen at all. My teacher, I can finally remember my teacher, Miss Jeffrey, told me about Santa, and like telling my mom, and I know exactly part of what she said, but I can't remember in total. But I do remember the part where she says, "We don't have a chimney, and if somebody breaks into our house, it's called trespassing. Their ass getting shot."
Wow, that's real.
Yeah, yeah, I
That's
remember that
not
word
just
for
like
word.
he's not
That
real. That's like someone's gonna die if they come in this house.
yeah, yeah. I didn't even think about the chimney part, but she was like, "If somebody break into this house, that's it." Like, I remember that word for word. So, um,
Your mom's dope.
man, something. She's a witness, and um, and I would like to talk about commercials. Do you have a favorite Christmas commercial?
That's a good question. Um, there is, of course, all the funny ones are the ones that usually resonate with me, and I'm drawing a blank on some funny ones right now, but I do remember one for, I think it was like a Cadillac commercial or something like that, but it was actually really beautiful, and it was the whole time was just like cuts of this Cadillac racing around like this snowy mountain or whatever, and that Carol of the Bells song was like really loud and really haunting, and I always think about that around Christmas time because it was really pretty, and it was also very like American commercialized, like Cadillac Christmas, Cadillac bells, like it was pretty, and I always think about that when I hear that song. It's like that really pretty imagery. But I wish I could think of a funny one. I know there's some out there.
Nice,
What about you?
nice.
Am I missing one?
No, I
Funny.
was just asking, do you think it's getting too commercialized?
Hmm. I can see how maybe we're focusing on the wrong part of it. Like, I mean, I know obviously it's a big time for buying things, and I get, like from a business standpoint, you want to push that revenue. But I would say that, yeah, we're kind of shifting more into like how materialistic Christmas is becoming, as opposed to, and I know that might sound corny to some people, but it really is like just nice to drive and go see Christmas lights, or like, I go to the store and I'll get like Christmas, little like Christmas cookies or something like that. Like all that kind of like small stuff to me is like the fun stuff about Christmas, or hearing Christmas music is more fun than like the pursuit of all the gifts.
Nice, nice. Um, the first Christmas commercial I remember paying attention to was Coca-Cola.
Oh
Uh,
my God, of course. Yeah, good answer.
I know they give a lot. They definitely dump a lot of money into this time of year on commercials, which they always dump money in, but they definitely like I guess say like the commercial, the way they look, you can always say they put a little bit more effort into them. Because those bears, those polar bears, you can I can visualize the polar bears, and I haven't seen like a Coca-Cola commercial in forever, but like those commercials really do stick with you. Um, I noticed
Oh,
that. I'm sorry.
no, you're just thinking about that now. It's such a good one. Yeah.
Yeah, I noticed though after like global warming, they kind of slowed down on those commercials for obvious reasons, I guess. So
Oh, wow. Yeah. I didn't make that connection. You're right.
yeah, And then, like you said, a lot of people want to buy stuff. Apple, I was reading that Apple actually dumps a lot more money in their commercials this time of year, also. So it was crazy to know that, I guess this is a good time to like dump money into something if you want people to buy while they're buying stuff for family and friends. Um, and lastly, I remember a Campbell soup commercial. Do you remember any of those during the holidays?
I can't think if I see when you say Campbell soup, I'm thinking of the football players and their moms. That's
Okay.
like when you first said the Campbell's commercials. That's what I'm thinking of is like the Campbell's Chunky commercials where they like all the
Yep.
moms are making their. But I don't think that was Christmas.
Yeah.
So
The one I was thinking of was it was like a snowman, but it was really a kid. So when he came in the house, he
oh yeah, and he ate the soup.
yeah. So
Hmm.
I definitely saw some really good commercials. Um, to transfer over to the music, um, even when I was a witness, you couldn't get away from it. Like Christmas music is just, like the ones I heard were great. But I will tell you, it's one song, man, that's just like mad rapey.
I knew you
And
were going to talk about this. Yeah. Okay.
I feel like a lot of people make fun of it, but like my personal experience, which I would love to hear yours, was like my ex-wife was playing it, some Christmas album, and I was listening to it, and like nobody else in the car, her sister, nobody in the car felt like anything was wrong with what he was saying. So I was just back there like, well, maybe it's a happy ending. Was not. Um, so you know what song I'm talking about? I think it's called
Baby, it's cold outside.
yes, that's yep, got it in
Yeah.
my notes. Yep.
So okay, now I that was always one of my favorites. Like the original version was always one of my favorites. And when it started to get like that kind of scrutiny, I did think about it and I really tried to assess and like separate that it was I really liked that song. And I still don't think um like if you listen to what he's saying and you listen to what she's saying, um it still does it. It's like you have there's like the element of being coy and being flirty and like not wanting to, give it up right away or something. If you had talked about like locking the doors or something, maybe that would have been a little different. But to me, I guess like where I don't know, and I feel like dated even talking about it, but like playing hard to get or being coy, like if she wanted to leave, like there's no part of the song where she says I want to go home and he says you're not going home. So to me it kind of seems like she's sort of like drawing out that like I'm gonna stay, obviously I'm drinking and having another cigarette and listening to more music with you or whatever, but I don't want to say that right away kind of thing. As a woman, I've done that where it's like I know that we're gonna things may progress, but I'm not just kind of come out and say it. You kind of want to be like coy and whatever, like leave a little mystique there. And I guess in my heart, I feel like that is what that is. It didn't seem to me like she was really trying to get out and like he really wasn't letting her.
Nice. Okay.
So I may be canceled after this,
No,
but
no, please, guys, let's not
rightfully,
cancel her. I
like
know. No,
it just doesn't. I don't. I'm talking about like the sexual politics of it. The
yeah.
sort of like
I
they
will
both want to kind of thing or whatever.
I will tell you one thing, and I may get canceled for saying this, but that version is way, way better than the John Legend's version.
Oh, who is John Legend singing it with? Is it
Kelly
Megan Trainor?
Carson.
Okay. See, I've heard a lot of different versions of it. My favorite is, I think it's the original. It's Margaret Whiting and Johnny Mercer. I don't know anything else by them, but they did that song. Like, I'm not a big like fan of either of them, but I think that's who did it first. And
Wow.
actually, a really good version of it is Nora Jones and Willie Nelson.
Yeah,
Weirdly enough, their voices sound really good together.
yeah.
And I guess Willie Nelson sounds very non-threatening. So like to me, it didn't even seem like he's an old feeble man. He can't take Nora Jones, even if he wanted to. Like, I don't think that's funny. Never mind. You take that part.
But
What I'm saying is the music part of it is good.
yes, but like I said, I take that version way over because John Legend and Kelly Clarkson. It was too much trying to be politically correct. It's literally
Yeah.
a version. Oh, you've heard it. Okay, cool.
Mhm.
Okay. Yeah, that is your choice if you want to leave or go. I was just like, I'll never say that to a woman. Like
Right? It doesn't. That's the thing is like,
that sounds more creepy.
right? Yeah. It's like, why are you talking about? I didn't even think it wasn't my choice until until you brought it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If I ever
And
say
then
it's
in
your,
an effort to like overcorrect some stuff, like, again, I took a look at it, the lyrics, and thought like, hmm, am I missing something? And then the more I listened to their interactions, it just didn't seem like she wanted to leave and he wasn't going to let her.
yeah.
It did not seem like that.
Oh, like I said, that was just my first time listening. Once I
Yeah.
realized everybody else was
No, I
okay with
love
it,
that we're talking about this. It's funny.
yeah.
It's
Like I
good. Yeah.
said, like I said,
The debate
the first,
continues.
yes, yes. Um, Also, I think if it wasn't for Christmas, and I may be wrong, I don't know her whole her whole catalog, but I think Mariah Carey probably makes so much money this time of the year.
Oh yeah, I did see that she's got her own special coming up this year
Yeah,
with people on. I don't remember who's on it, but I did see that. Yeah, she's cornered the market on Christmas for sure.
because I don't even know who originally sings "All I Want for Christmas." I really don't know who's like the original person.
I think it might be her, or I don't know if she wrote it, but I'm pretty sure that it was her original recording.
Okay,
I
uh,
think.
I mean
I'm only saying that because I don't know if I've heard an older version of it, but
it's hers now. I tell you
yeah,
that.
it's definitely will live on, yeah, as hers.
Yes. Um, most
Oh,
artists. I'm sorry.
I know. I just wanted to ask you a question because like you're talking about getting into or hearing Christmas music. Do you know the song Santa Baby?
Hmm.
Like that one? Like there's so many different versions of that one, and I think that's a I guess I wasn't sure how much Christmas music you had heard, but what do you think of that one? Because it's so funny how whoever records it, they always sing in like that pouty voice.
Yeah.
Like every single person that's recorded it sings it like that.
I'm a pop culture nerd, so I just want to go ahead and say I am a pop culture nerd. Did you know that Earth the Kid was the
Mm-hmm.
original, and she was also the Catwoman on
Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right. But yeah, when I found out like that was her, it blew my mind. And yeah, the song is very clever. But yeah, everybody has to use that squeaky voice.
Yeah. Yeah. And then who was the other girl that did it? Cyndi Lauper, I think.
Mhm.
Yeah, they all did that like I don't know, that pouty like this is what I want kind
Yeah.
of voice.
Don't quote me on this because I could definitely be wrong. But I was told from a friend that Sam Smith was supposed to do a version, and apparently his record label was like, no.
Aw, that would have
Yeah,
been awesome.
yeah,
I'm gonna write a letter.
yeah. I thought if there's anybody that can pull it off, it's Sam Smith. You know,
Hell yeah.
yeah,
And
exactly.
he'll be wearing like fishnet stockings and everything.
Yeah, he'll be putting something on a kilt, something.
Mhm.
Um, um, yeah, you're yeah. Um, most artists do like if they're at a certain level, they all have a Christmas album. Do you have like a Christmas album that most people wouldn't know about that you like from a certain artist?
Yeah. I really like jazz.
Okay.
I like jazz in general and I like Christmas jazz, so I actually really like um Michael Michael Bublé's Christmas album and Harry Connick Jr.'s Christmas albums. I have them both. And I don't know why, like, I like it, whatever, I like it, but I do feel a little bit like I'm like a middle-aged mom. Like, I just love my Michael Bublé around Christmas, and that Harry Connick Jr. is a dream. But yeah, their voices are just really good for Christmas music. So,
Yeah.
and they're jazzy.
People sleep on Michael Bublé, but the guy's like very talented.
Yeah, his voice is beautiful. It
Yes.
is. He's a
Yes.
treasure.
Yes. Okay. And the other guy's name is
Harry Connick Jr.
here. Okay, I'll make sure I check that
He's
out.
an actor. He does act. He's been in some, like, I know he's on Will and Grace and stuff. But
Okay. Okay, I'll definitely check that out. Um, and then we'll transfer over to the movies.
okay,
Hallmark, Hallmark movie channel,
they are great for drinking games.
and old people love them in nursing homes.
That's true too.
I've seen a couple of them with my patients, and every time I watch them, I feel like I'm watching like a Tyler Perry movie because I'm like, yeah, I know exactly where this is going. It's just no church in them. It's like the
hmm
same formula without church.
Yeah, it's always pretty much like she's a businesswoman returning to her hometown where her parents' farm is, and then the guy that works on the farm shows her the meaning of Christmas, and he's got a daughter, and he's a widow, and then she leaves the city and moves to the country, and rediscovers her roots for Christmas, or
Yes.
some variation of that.
Yes. Every single time.
Hmm.
But people, I mean, it makes a lot of money. It makes so
It
much money
does,
for them this time of the year. It makes so
especially
much money.
the chick. What's her name from Full House? Candace.
The one in prison?
No, uh, the one that played. I hated Full House. I can't remember anyone's name. I don't want to say I hated it. I didn't really like it. It was very corny. Um, Even when I was a kid, I was age appropriate. What is her name? The
I
chick
was a,
that played DJ or TJ or
I'm sorry, I was a Family Matters person.
okay, well that's fair enough. Anyway, one of the daughters, her name is Candace something. She grew up and she's like in so many of them. She's
Okay.
aging out a little bit, but she's the blonde girl with like the little button nose that's always the I'm sure if you're watching Christmas movies in a nursing home, I'm sure you've seen her, but
Okay.
uh yeah, she was always like their go-to. But for that same
Oh yes, I know you're talking about now. Yes, yes, she can't
Mhm,
act.
mhm.
She tries her best though. She's cashing checks.
Yeah, she is.
Do you have a favorite Christmas movie?
Yes. Okay. Well, I have two. So there's like Love Actually is my favorite like sweet Christmas movie. And I would say I have a couple. It's hard. Okay. Love
No,
Actually.
name them all, please.
Sure. Okay. All right, cool. There's Love Actually. I love it. It's funny, it's sweet. I do laugh and I cry like watching that movie. Love it.
Okay,
There's a more serious one. It's like a dramedy. It's called The Family Stone. It's
okay,
really, really good. It's got Rachel McAdams, Sarah Jessica Parker, Luke Wilson, Diane Keaton. It's really, really good. Then, of course, Elf is fantastic. I usually watch that one like multiple times. Um, Scrooged. Have you seen that one with Bill Murray?
is
It's
it
like
animated?
no, it's like a pop culture angle of a Christmas Carol.
No, but I definitely will.
It is good. It's like it's you'll love it.
Okay,
All the commercialism and stuff. Yeah, you'll really like it.
okay.
I'm thinking you will. And then of course the original Christmas Carol. I love that one because it's creepy. It's got ghosts and Christmas.
Nice. Okay.
And I'm probably missing some like White Christmas. That's a good classic one with Bing Crosby.
Yeah.
And then of course A Wonderful Life. It's a Wonderful Life. And then A Christmas Story with the leg lamp
Yeah.
and talk about and then Home Alone.
Yeah.
That's a whole conversation. But I think I nerded out enough. I'm probably think of some later, but those are the ones I got.
Are you a part of the group of people that believe Die Hard is a Christmas movie?
Yes,
Okay.
definitely.
Uh, okay.
I love it. It's like an alternative version of Christmas. It's like it happens on Christmas, and I suppose the spirit of Christmas is definitely there. But yeah, for sure.
Okay. Are you a part of the group of people that believe Batman Returns is a Christmas movie?
I hadn't thought about it, but I'm on board with it. That's
Okay.
fine.
Okay. I've seen Die Hard, and they reference Christmas so much that I can see how that can be considered a Christmas movie. And after seeing Batman Returns, like I've seen it like 6 times. I just saw it again 2 weeks ago. I definitely can see why that would be considered a Christmas movie also. So I just love the fact that like once once Christmas is introduced to a movie, like it automatically becomes a Christmas movie. I love the power that Christmas has. Uh,
It's a powerful holiday.
yes, very much. Do you feel like if it's a Christmas movie, you want them to have Santa Claus in it, or does it matter to you?
Hmm. No, that's never. Weirdly enough, that's never been a necessary element. It's more about like the feelings and the like seeing lights and stuff like that. The fact that people are celebrating it is what to me is like what's nice about them.
Nice, nice. And then we'll transfer over to food and decorations. Um, I'm sober. I've been sober for 8 months, and I truly don't like eggnog. I feel like it's one of those beverages that you have to have alcohol in it to enjoy. Do you like eggnog?
Yeah, I like it. I actually have made it um, a few times with like the Puerto Rican version of it is called coquito, and so I tried my hand at making it. It's weird to watch someone make it because you're like anything that has like egg yolks and rum, like white rum in it, and you're just like stirring it in a skillet or whatever. It looks weird. Like who's going to be drinking that? But it's really good, and I make mine a little less sweet and a little heavier on the alcohol.
Okay.
But I do like it. I do like it like by itself.
Really? Okay.
Mhm.
Okay. Um, you make like special cookies this time of year or special desserts?
I appreciate them, but I don't bake a lot. I love cooking. I just don't like baking. It's too much science.
No.
But I'm
Okay.
very much appreciative of everyone else that does make Christmas cookies.
When it comes to decorations, fake tree or real tree?
I've never had a real tree. I've always gone with the fake ones. I'm not opposed. I would like one day to have a real tree. But like growing up, my stepmom was allergic. She said she was allergic to them, but I always wondered if that just meant that she was gonna want one. And I was like, well, don't hug it then. Like, let us put it up. And but so I don't know. Maybe she is. I'm not sure. But
Uh,
we always had a fake one. So
that's a good life hack.
yeah, I
Just to
will
be
say
allergic.
that the yeah that and of course the fact that you can get them pre-lit is nice.
Oh,
Except
okay.
for when one goes out and the whole thing goes to shit, and you have to like find the bulb that is screwing things up.
Nice, nice. I've been around a real tree before. One of my close friends, they put up a real tree. It does make the house smell really good. I can say that.
Mm. I like a good smelling house.
Like, yeah, yeah, me too.
Mm.
Um, do you put up lights and decorate like lights, bells, and stuff around the house, or?
Yeah, usually more inside for one because I'm short and there's only so much I can do like myself anyway. But I do, yeah, I love decorations
Nice, nice.
everywhere, everywhere I can, like in the bathroom, in a little corner in the kitchen, like I'll pop my desk at work, like anywhere I could just put stuff up. Yeah.
Nice, nice. What do you think influenced like the decorations for you? Like, do you think that's just something that started with like families, or because I that's everything else I could find an origin to. I couldn't find an origin for decorations anywhere.
Well, actually, some of the stuff I was looking up to talk to you about, like, there's so many weird traditions around the world that I don't know that there was one set person. I don't know. I'm not sure who came up with lights specifically. Probably, I don't even know. Maybe Germany. But there's so many like different variations of what Christmas decorations are that we just adopted lights from somewhere. I don't know. Maybe it was an American thing. I'm not sure. But I
Okay.
like it. I like it a lot.
Oh
I
yeah,
like the old school, like the big. I don't have any because they're actually really expensive and they break easily. But the like old school, like really big Christmas bulbs, like Charlie Brown looking ones, I like those a lot. I had
yeah.
one stand and then they shattered within like a couple weeks and they were.
Oh,
I was like, oh, like I don't know if I'll ever buy these again, but they were pretty for a few days.
nice, nice. Can you share some of the information you looked up?
Oh yeah, so there's like so many weird things that different or interesting and weird that different countries do like around the world. For example, in Finland, what they
Okay.
do on Christmas is a lot of houses come standard with a sauna. So one of the rituals for Christmas is the family gets in the sauna and they're all naked and they're hanging out, and that's a time to like reflect on the people that have passed away like in their families, like for Christmas it's like remembering them. So that's something that is a tradition. And I don't know, I'm sure every family has variations. Some family, you know, I don't know if it's like extended family, like grandma, grandpa, aunt, and uncle all in there, or if it's just like your family. But that's something that you can take a solemn naked steam with your family and think about, whoever wasn't there that year or something. So that's something. And then in this is, I guess, kind of a recent thing, but in Japan, they've actually like adopted eating KFC for Christmas dinner, which I thought was really interesting.
Yeah, KFC makes so much money over there this time of year. Like so much.
Okay, you knew that. I hadn't. I thought that was a weird one.
Yeah, they have to reserve like 6 months in advance for KFC chicken.
That's crazy. Okay,
Yeah.
I see that one. I did not know before, and then this one, oh, whatever. So in Spain, they have this thing, and I can't remember what the word is in Spanish. That's just an embarrassing. I had it, but essentially it's called the poop log. There's a whole festival dedicated to it where they put a log, they put like toys and candy in it, and then they like lightly put it in the fire, and then you like hit the Christmas log, you've drawn like a face on it and stuff, and it like poops out the toys and stuff for the kids. And they sing like a whole song while they do that. So I don't think that's one I'm gonna ever adopt, but I respect it.
Yeah, I'm just glad it's not how it sounds. I was like, yeah,
Yeah, I know, right?
yeah, like
That's what
this.
I was thinking. I was like, I don't know if that translation is just really poor, but it does not create the best imagery when you first talk about it. So, I'm glad I explained it a little bit because it's still weird too that you're like, yeah, you're like hitting this log, like poop out some treats for me, like, but whatever. When in Spain, I guess.
Apparently, nice,
They also
nice.
wear red underwear on New Year's. So I know, I may not see you for New Year's, so I just thought I'd let you know in Spain they do red underwear on New Year's. New Year, new red underwear. So
I have a new conversation piece. Thank you.
you're
That's
welcome.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
nice. Okay. Well, thank you for doing that research. That's cool. Um, so altogether, do you think any holiday compares to Christmas when it comes to influence, or do you think Christmas has the most influence of all holidays?
Definitely has the most. I mean, like 4th of July is a big one, especially obviously in America. Like, see a lot of like that kind of stuff everywhere. But no, I still don't think anything touches Christmas.
Nice, nice. I would agree. Um, Thank you so much for coming on to the podcast. Is anything you'd like to say to your fans?
My fans, identify yourselves. I didn't know I had fans.
Okay.
No, I don't know. Merry Christmas and happy holiday. I'm fine with happy holidays, by the way. I think Christmas is great. Merry Christmas, but I'll also say happy holidays to be all inclusive. So
You think I should call this the holiday episode?
no, I don't. We've been
Okay.
talking about Christmas way too much.
Okay. Cool. Cool. Because I didn't.
But no,
I
I was just saying because there's always that debate about like, don't say Merry Christmas and not Happy Holidays. I'll say both. I'm fine if you celebrate it, and I'm fine if you don't. So
Oh, I learned that the hard way, but I'll talk. We'll talk about it another time. Yeah. I, I definitely say happy holidays. Can you tell everybody where they can find you?
I am on Instagram more than anything. Kaleidoscope. My phone always changes my name, like when I spell it to Kaleidoscope. So I just made that my Instagram handle. So it's Kaleido_scope on Instagram, and that's usually where I post about my shows. My next show is December 17th at Breathe in Greensboro. I've never been there, and if you're out that way, come see me.
Nice. Nice. Thank you for coming on to the podcast, and you guys have an amazing day.
You too.